my husband 5 months ago, and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that. I know I'm supposed to be in my living my best life, hoe era, whatever, but like, no. These last 5 months have broken my spirit. They have been the hardest of my life. These last 5 months have required so much work, so much discipline to get back to myself, but it's supposed to suck. I talked to my friend last night about this on the phone, and he really put it in perspective for me. Said the year you get a divorce was going to suck regardless. I question my decisions constantly. No matter what choice I made, I would have been miserable regardless. Life is not supposed to be happy and perfect all the time. Most growth comes from the times when we are having to do the work, having to sit in our misery, having to sit in the quiet. And that is exactly what I'm doing. 31 and I feel like I'm 18 again trying to navigate the world. Because you know what I regret more than leaving my husband? It having to get to that point anyway. I regret marrying the wrong person in the first place and not listening to my intuition. From my mistakes. So that you can learn from me being a dumbass because I feel dumb all the time. Of course, it's normal to have regret. I regret so many things in my life, but I can't let it ruin my life either. Never learn from things going right. We learn from them going wrong, and I'm holding on to that. I regret that I had to get to that point. I didn't want it to, but it happened, and we move on. I left my husband 5 months ago, and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that.
Wow. So today we're going to talk about divorce regrets. Listen, man, I've been through it twice. And now I've been married 20 years and been with the same person for 22 years. And I can tell you, gentlemen, ladies, it's not easy. It's not easy for me sometimes, and I know it's not easy for her sometimes. But marriage was never supposed to be easy or difficult. It was just supposed to be as it is. Two people who come together to create a life, right? But we have to understand one simple point when it comes to thinking about divorcing this individual. And this is the message I have for a lot of the ladies who are considering divorcing their husband. Think about how long it took for you to find that one person that you finally decided that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to commit to this person. Okay, that's stage number one. Stage number two, how much investment have you put into your marriage to this point? Now, I know the investment for women financially isn't as high as the investment for men, because most men pay for their weddings. And for those traditional families, some of that money came from families, etc. So a lot of people have invested their hard-earned money, time and attention into seeing both of you come together. It sounds like this young lady never had kids yet, but she's 31. And she decides to leave her husband and get back out onto the dating market. Lady, have you ever considered what the dating market look like right now? It is not a place that you want to be. Now, granted, that's not a reason to stay with a bad person. But obviously, at age 31, you could clearly see that you didn't marry a bad person. You have to reevaluate why is it that you're actually divorcing this individual. And I hope it wasn't based on the comments in the TikTok section where, you put up some argument that you and your husband has had and 90% of the women said, divorce that fool, divorce him, girl. You don't deserve that. You deserve better, blah, blah, blah. I hope that wasn't the reason you left a good man. I wrote this in my book, and this is a part that a lot of women cannot identify with. We are in a hyper-stimulated society. Everything is about happiness. Please understand, happiness is not a state of being. It's an emotion. It comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. Unfortunately, we live in a society where all of our women are constantly getting a dopamine hit from social media, from dating apps, from men in general, all over the world, because she's on social media. This massive amount of dopamine that is hitting women is a destructive force, and a lot of you ladies don't realize it. So unfortunately, a lot of you are constantly looking for that excitement from your husband. The same degree of excitement that you get from social media, you're looking for that in your husband as well. And unfortunately, I see that this is leading to a lot of you actually getting divorces because you don't see the excitement, the happiness, so to speak, in your marriages. And technically, all a marriage is both of you coming together to start a life together. Really, ladies, if you were on your own, you wouldn't have such an exciting life, period. So why do you think that because you have a man, a husband, that he should now be the source of your excitement? Please tell me how that makes sense. While on your own, You will probably be at home on Friday nights or during the week. You're not out partying. You're not doing anything. You're not traveling. You're not doing anything because you don't have the money to do it. But all of a sudden you have a husband that he should create this excitement for you. No, that's not how marriages work. Marriage is when you start to get really serious about life and start to put things away for your old age. To me, marriage is that state where you're looking to build a family. Now listen, I know that was a long ramble, but hey, this is something that a lot of ladies have to wake up and realize, that you're making a big mistake when you think that you're going to walk back into the dating market and find another good guy. Those men that you want are not out there in mass. Just because they're on your DM don't mean that they're going to work in real life. Okay, before we go into the next video, please give me a thumbs up. Like this video on the way in. Please, of course, subscribe. Book a session if you ever need any help from the older man. I'm here for you guys. And of course, pick up the Content Creators Toolkit. Start building your own content. Okay? Also, let me know if you want a chapter of my book. I'll be happy to send it over to you guys so that you guys can see that, hey, the older man has all the talents besides YouTube. I haven't even titled it yet. I'm going through the final edit, but I really haven't put the title together yet. But I want you to know, gentlemen, this is going to be a manual for you guys to get it together. This is going to be a manual that every mother want to give to her son. This is going to be a manual for women to look at and understand men. I've written it in a fashion where it's digestible for women, but still blunt and hard enough for men to understand what they need to do and how to do it. Okay? So let's get into the next video.
Nigerians, I tell God, Belgona, I bet Mona help me. Mona help me. My mind no touch ground. I tell God, Belgona. At this point, I need to confess. I not go feel hide any. I can't hold back anymore. I regret leaving my marriage of 8 years. Now I don't nearly turn to side chick. I bet Mona help me. Mona, I tell God, Belgona, Mona help me. Now it's been 3 years where I don't leave my husband's house. It's been 3 years. I get 3 children with my husband. But because I feel my husband, they cheat on me. Now make me leave my husband. And they warn me. My parents warn me, I know he. I tell God, Belgona, Mona help me. I know fit come turn to side chick. Okay, so I did 27 years old when I married my husband. That time I did virgin, and that was intentional. I intentionally left myself to be virgin, saying that the man will go where I go marry. Now he go deflower me, and it happened. I met this handsome, looking, wonderful, sweet-looking man. Where I marry, we have 3 kids together. But I noticed, say my husband, he get us in they do. Since like after 2 years when we marry, he way not too pure. So I can't start to the check. They check him, they watch everything when they do. Even so sometimes if my husband sleep at night, I will go for him phone. I will go check him phone, see what thing they happen. Most times I know they see anything. Sometimes I they see few things, but that one not they too important, Some women for him work just they toast them and all of that. I'm not sure saying don't get anything with them. So once in a while I will confront her and say, waiting they happen, waiting. With them say, make her relax, make her just relax, nothing they happen. I too love my husband. I make me they check him, but they check him phone all the time. Normally my husband be better person. They do everything when he's supposed to do. They take care of me, take care of our kids.
All right. I'm going to pause it there for a second. So she waited until, 27 before she lost her virginity. She did it all right. Then she ended up having 3 kids with a beautiful man. He takes care of her, takes care of everything, but he cheated. Okay, here we have a problem where we have a woman who has very high morals when it comes to her body. But she married a man who's at a much higher level physically than she is. That's what technically has happened. He's probably a higher value man desired by many women, because it's not a lot of men that can get women. A lot of women don't understand this, but it's not every man that can have multiple wives of multiple women. So this man is obviously a higher value man. He married her more than likely because she kept herself well. But it's hard for her now to digest the fact that he has multiple women. And this is when you marry someone who is above your status level when it comes to women. And then she decided to divorce that man and go back out on the street. Despite the warnings given by her family, don't do it. She decided to become a single mother back out on the street. 3 kids. And the only offers she's now getting is to be a side chick from other married men, which is something quite common. Because a lot of these married men, they just want some extra panani. They're doing exactly what her husband is doing. So she is being targeted by other men exactly like her husband. Women don't understand this issue. Men are only as faithful as his options. Women have all the options. That's why women are more promiscuous than men. A lot of you ladies don't like to deal with that reality, but that's the reality. But I'm only dealing with this one woman and how she can handle this problem because she is in a horrible state. She's divorced the man that was the provider for her 3 kids and then entered back onto the dating market thinking that she would have success. And now waking up and realizing, I did love my husband, I did have everything, and I decided that I was going to leave him because he had other women. Reality is a bait for a lot of women. And this is the problem when women think that their worth to other men is the equivalent of the man that they have. Let me repeat that. She thinks that her worth to other men on the market is the same worth or value that her husband puts on her. Because that man was still prepared to provide and protect her, even though he had some outside punani. Let's listen to what else she says.
But because say I be busybody, and me say I love my husband, I say I love him. I know they cheat. I never cheat once on my husband. Since where I don't know my husband, I never know any other bola. They okay with me. But now the problem be say, my body too day up. I know they rest because of my husband. This man, they too handsome. I don't feel allow anybody day my front. I don't feel allow anybody day my back. Because I don't tell and say, now the reason why I live myself at 27 years as a virgin. So now, I don't use my own busybody, take pursue my husband and come on. Now, by myself, now I carry my load, come up for your house. I even want to carry my children, John, but he say no way. It is a maybe after, because even after 6 months, he still they think say maybe I will come back. But my coconut head no allow me come back. In family, even beg me because I been good wife. I be good wife to them. In family, say no say I be good wife. They even.
Yeah, she's. For those of you that don't understand her accent, because it is thick. She's basically saying she still loves her husband. She wants to go back. Her family told her to go back to the man. He's a handsome man. And she basically said no. Her coconut head, her tough head said no. Her pride told her no. This is an unusual woman because she places a hell of a lot of value on her sexuality. The fact that she preserved herself up until the age 27, which is unheard of in a lot of countries these days. So she put a lot of pride into that. That is how she based her value. And she thinks, obviously, that because she preserved herself for one man, that is the extent of her value. What she did not evaluate after that is where else besides that little piece of skin called my virginity and my exposure to other men, what else do I bring as value to this relationship? This is what she ignored. Because if she was a good wife, she's the one that said it, the man would have not found a need to step out. Men who have options and stay faithful are men who are provided for in all shapes and forms by his one wife. But that comes with a caveat. If that man is a high-value man and he has many options, it's kind of hard to keep that man to yourself. And this is the problem that a lot of women really think that they should be entitled to. I want a high-value man, the good-looking man, a man who's desired by every other woman, and I want him all for myself, and he should not touch any other woman. Ladies, you ask for a lot when you actually step into that arena.
God, I beg, Mona, help me, my people. More, hey, busybody, Jehovah. It's been 3 years, my people. I don't go rent house by myself, they live by myself. But all the men where they come into my life, all of them be married man. And I don't want to be anybody's side chick. All of them, none of them even handsome reach my husband. None of them even fine reach my husband. None of them. I don't dare celebrate for 3 years as they see me. So I never allow any man because my body they very precious to me. I don't want to allow any man, but my husband refused to take me back because he don't go marry another small young lady. I take go beg on her.
Oh, so all of these other married men wanted a side chick. She kept herself pure. She's been alpha widowed, unfortunately. But her husband don't want her back. He has now remarried to a younger woman. A lot of women just don't understand how this freaking thing works, man. Sometimes you just gotta stay in your spot, realize what you have, work with it. If a man is stepping out, you need to have that conversation. Hey, listen. Sometimes you just have to sit with your husband and say, hey, listen, I know what you're doing. It's really hurting me. What else should I offer you? What is it that you're missing at home? You need to have those conversations. You need to make him know that what he's doing is not acceptable to you. You have to make him know that you're prepared to work with him on anything that you feel that you're not providing for him. But, lady, you need to stop digging, because once you start digging, you're going to find something that you don't like. Anytime you ladies have a high value man, you have to understand that this is what you have to deal with. Period. Let's finish up this video.
See me. After how many years? Mona, please, Mona, help me beg my husband. I will leave a number under this. I will leave my husband number under this video. I beg Mona, help me beg this man. He say, now only one condition you go take me back, except if I won't become the second wife. I say I've been the first wife now. This my co-wife when he just married now, young girl. I still take 5 years, this lady. This lady go understand though. He say, the lady no go understand. Say, nah. My people, my heart no touch ground. My mind no more help me. Hey, Chimo. So this story no be my story. Now person's story. I just dey help them tell their story. But what's the important be say women, I bet more learn from this story. Busybody no be no be with busybody. Now person take the solve situation. If your husband they cheat on you, or you no go just feel standing cheating, you know what to do. Again, this is not my story. Thank you for listening. My name is Rhoda, and I'll see you in my next.
Wow, she had us there, didn't she? So this is not her story. This is somebody else's story. But the rules still apply. Women who have high-value men have to deal with high-value problems. And the rules for marriages to high-value men are much different for rules that are applied to average individuals. It is what it is. Just so you know, I never knew the end of that. I never watched the end of that video until right now. Okay? I like to respond to these videos simply because I prefer it that way. Most of the time you watch me with these videos, my friends, you're seeing me respond straight, listening to it and responding just like you are right now. Okay?
Life after divorce. As a woman, I would honestly sit here and say, as much as I've made the decision and the choice to divorce my husband then, I also regret it. I don't regret it because I still loved him, but I regret it because I feel like I denied my children the right and the opportunity to have what people call a normal family. Now today I'm sitting with kids who are in the statistic of divorce. So as much as I've divorced, I would never ever advise anybody to go through a divorce.
Listen, once kids are in the mix, divorce is not an option. Divorce should never be an option. Not to deprive the two kids from a nuclear family. I'll say it again and I'll keep reiterating it. Women, you all need to slow down. You all need to get off of social media and realize that your brain is being influenced by outside forces that keep pushing you towards being single. We live in a society that is influencing our women to keep thinking that the option of being on your own is a better option. We're living in a society that's highly overstimulated, not for men, but for women. Our women are deeply influenced by social media, by this idea that she could be free Free from who? Free from men. And it's a nasty, destructive force. All right, let's listen to the last one.
I really regret leaving at some point.
Leaving your hubby?
Yeah, because I just woke up and then without consulting anyone, because I tried to consult. Somebody is telling me this, somebody is telling me that. But siku tu moja niliambiwa na mtu, wewe siku utatoka hakuna mtu atutaambia. You'll just find yourself in another place without even telling anyone.
Now, I'm bringing you some African women right now. And I'm deliberately doing this because I want you guys to understand that this isn't just a Western problem. This is the same shit that's happening in the African nations. The societies in South Korea and China, all of these places, it's collapsing at an alarming rate. Europe is already on a massive collapse. America, the low birth rates and the family structure already decimated. And in Africa, it is now spreading like wildfire. All the African brothers who report to me online saying the same thing. Don't be a passport brother in Africa. Don't think that you're going to come there and get women who are better than women in the West. The infestation has occurred in Africa. So that's why I want to bring you these stories. And hopefully I can wake up my African sisters to make them realize that you better check yourselves, because once men disconnect, you all will be left on your own, just like women in the West.
So I never even consulted anyone. I would say from the problems and ups and downs I've seen since I left that place, I think it's 7 years. I left when the baby was 6 months, and right now the baby is 8 years. I think 7 years ago, I can say I would have stayed.
And maybe try to make things work.
And actually ignore things, because I used to be very critical in analyzing every mistake. Me, I'm the kind of person, if you do for me dot like this, it will become very...
Where does this come from? She's critical in analyzing every mistake, every little thing she's nitpicking about. This is part of this programming that has been pushed on women. The massive distrust of men. She left when her baby was 6 months, thinking that she could go back out to the sexual marketplace to find a better man. This is insane. It blows my mind every single time. And if these women think that good men are just sitting around waiting for them to come back, they're not. Other women are out there ready to take her place. Or those men are saying, hell no, I'm not going to do this shit again. Once the trust has been broken, it's very difficult for men to walk back into that trap. 7 years later, no new man has taken that man's place. She's gotten older. It won't look good for her at all. And you could see that she's down, she's depressed, she's lonely.
Big.
You are an overthinker.
I am an overthinker. I'll analyze it. And when I know that you really did it, and me, I'm just there, you think like I don't know. Hey, I'll overturn the story.
Itakuwa something else.
Yes, itakuwa something else.
So
okay,
probably,
to me, he was a very humble and good guy. And also good looking. Nimekuja huko nje, ni kumekuwa kugumu until nasema ule wangu ule tu ningemvumilia. Yeah.
A very humble and good guy, but not exciting like social media. Not exciting like other women have described their man. The fantasy stories online, it's not as exciting as that. Men are all competing with a phantom, a hybrid man that has been created by massive amount of social media consumption. And every woman thinks that she deserves that man. I wrote about this stuff in my book, man, because that's the point. That is the craziest part of life. Average men are not competing with any man at all. He's competing with a hybrid, a combination of every single type of good, exciting man. A big, brawny, square-jawed dude with the muscles and the tattoos, exciting, the guy that could hold her and, do things to her that blows her mind. The guy that has a private jet, the guy that has a boat, a yacht, the guy that could travel at the drop of a dime. All of those men are combined into one. And that, my friend, is what the average guy is competing against. This is the problem. So when she marries an average guy and settles into a routine basically means stability. Good, humble guy. Stable, which is what every single woman needs in her life. That's the guy that's going to carry her through to the rest of her life and come out in their old age very secure. That guy, she don't realize that that's what she needs.
Exactly.
And that is what people don't know right now. People are running into divorce just because of, probably, we will not say it is small mistakes, because a mistake is a mistake.
Yeah.
But I believe there is a way that you can handle that, and there is a way you can solve it, you know.
Women are running into divorce because they're living in a fantasy world that don't exist and no man can provide. A world created by social media, a composite of everybody else's life that they're comparing themselves to. My life isn't like that. So I'm going to freaking keep pestering my husband. Why can't we do this? Why can't we go here? Why don't we have this? Why you cannot work harder? Why? It's going to be constant. And ladies, if you keep doing that, you will be perpetually single. And it's worse if you have a child. You might as well pack it up right now. This is the reality of the world we live in. Ladies, stay in your marriages. Please stay in your marriages. The world out here is hard. Being alone is hard. Thank your lucky stars that you have a good man who actually wants to work life with you. That's all you need. A good man who wants to work life with you. Okay? So my friends, give me a thumbs up on this message as you leave. Book a session if you need any help, ladies or gentlemen. Of course, subscribe if you haven't. And of course, pick up the Content Creators Toolkit. Okay? So my friends, until tomorrow, remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. I'll see you soon. Cheers.